After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello, welcome to Pen, Hook, and Needles
Hi.
podcast. It is Monday, April 13th, 2015, episode 150. As you can see, we have a guest. This is Davina, also known as Drama Queen 7
Hey.
on Ravelry.
Back by popular demand. Her Ravelry account is not very well maintained. Mom and I are supposed to be keeping up with it, and
We're bad podcasters, so if you've written to her and she hasn't answered, it's not because she doesn't want to, it's because she doesn't know. We're bad.
I would love to write to you guys. I mean, I like having pen pals.
Well, it's not really a pen pal, it's more of a little blurb type of thing.
But anyway, let's get on to the crafting.
We will welcome new and returning viewers after Davina's done.
First off, I would like to say to Miss Aileen, or what's her last
Miss
name?
Aileen,
Sotero?
we don't have to worry about her.
I would like
She's
to-
Miss Bella. She's Bella Socks.
No.
I'd like to say thank you to Miss Bella Socks for giving me this notepad. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I haven't decided yet. Hopefully, I'll find out what I can do with it sometime later. But right now, I'd like to say thank you for it. I've got a little surprise for her coming soon. I haven't started on it yet, but it's going to be soon.
What do you think about this?
That's really cool.
Zebra.
Yeah, I think the whole color thing is really cool. I mean, zebras are fine.
It says fabulous, and that
Yeah.
is so Davina. It's perfect.
And there's
The back. Why do you have half your family on the back of the sheet? Because they wouldn't fit on the front. It's a thing for psychology where they were talking about. I have a psychology concentration, and one of the things they were using as a joke was how sometimes we can read more into things that people do or say than is necessarily there. And they thought that the child who had drawn this picture with half the family on the back, or one person on the back, was saying that they didn't like that family member, or there's something they didn't care about. And when they asked the child, they said, "No, I just couldn't fit it on the front, so it's on the back." But anyway, this is really nice. Thank you, Aileen, for thinking of her, and we will have more thanks for her
so
later.
much. Yeah.
Okay, what do you got for your first project?
Okay, for my first project, I'd like to show that I've made a little more progress, not much, on my Lucas Grabeel blankets.
hold on one second. Let's
get it up a little bit.
oh,
here.
okay. We're not going to be able to show the whole thing.
No, this is huge. What yarn are you using, Davina?
Yeah, this is sparkly. I love this yarn. It's the sparkly yarn, and I love this yarn, and it's all in different blue, green. Yeah.
Is the skein all the same color?
The skein? No. I'm using different skeins.
Okay, it doesn't change
So
colors.
you can see here
Okay.
where she's added in here. So you can see her green and her blue. I don't know where her turquoise one is, but here it is. So you can see she's got 3 colors going, and it's quite bright. Perfect for autism awareness. What's it called?
I told you I called my blanket my Lucas Grabeel blanket.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you were going to call it the mermaid blanket.
No, I called it the Lucas Grabeel blanket.
Good.
I called it for the first time I worked on it.
Okay. Well, cool. What's the hook that you're using?
This is a J hook.
Okay. That's
She usually uses a J hook.
And this is very, very tight. Like on
Oh,
the
and this is my Hepcats blanket.
Yeah, this
so
is her
far.
real autism awareness blanket here.
And
She's made a lot of progress since the last time y'all saw it. Doesn't it look like stained glass? Okay, so she's making a lot of progress. What yarn are you using on this?
I'm using Red Heart.
Are they all Red Heart?
This is Red Heart, and the Lucas Grabeel one is I love this yarn.
No, I mean
both yarns.
In both yarns.
Yeah,
in
both
here?
is Red Heart here.
And this is a what is this, neon?
No, it's called Blacklight.
Oh, blacklight. That's right.
I guess that's a good reason for me to use black to go with it.
Yeah, if you look carefully at it, you can see the little black in the colors. That is part of the variegated yarn, and so it's called blacklight. It looks like stained glass. And you called this what again?
The Hepcats blanket.
Hepcat blanket.
Hepcats
blanket. Okay.
K for K, not C. It's spelled with a K, not C.
Like Kit Kats is spelled with a K.
Yeah.
Yeah. That little nod to Denise there.
Is that her
Okay.
name, Kit Kat?
No.
No, but it could be.
Oh,
That should be her rap name, Kit Kat Knitter.
hang on, Mom, you're stuck.
Being stuck. Kit Kat Knitter. That's what she called Denise. Kit Kat Knitter. Who was it? Got on. I think it was Daniela who had one of the bunny Kit Kats.
Oh, I don't know. I
yeah, from Caffeinated Gert, she was saying she was thinking about Denise. Okay, so Davina just wanted to say hi, make an appearance for Autism Awareness. You want to say goodbye? Oh, you want to mention your webpage.
Oh yes, I have a web page now. That I'm working on to connect it to Daddy's whole Fernandez family web page.
She's gonna have her own webpage. She's maintaining
And
herself.
we'll be putting up the link. I don't know if is she up yet? Are you
No,
up yet?
well, right now
No,
I think
not
she's
yet.
still on two
I'm
artists
still under
right now.
I'm still on the 2 artists, but I'm under construction of the one I'm making.
Okay,
so
so,
those of
maybe when we have it.
When we have it set up, we'll put it in the show notes. One of the show notes. Right now, if you're looking at the 2 artists, it's under construction because we're in the process of going from one provider to another.
I think I put the new link in though. I don't think I have the old
Oh, do you?
website
Okay.
on anymore.
All right.
Because I know I changed it on the on our website, PHN.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to pause for a few minutes so we can get our tea and get Davina off and running, and we'll be back in a little bit.
We have
And
returned.
we're back. We are back.
Who are we? Because we introduced our special
yes,
guest.
we introduced our special guest, but to reiterate, it is Monday, April 13th, 2015, episode 150. It is Monday.
And it is rainy out.
It is rainy and a little warm, but not as warm as it was yesterday. I am Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico, just about everywhere except for my writing sites where I am Shadowlight or Shadowlight 1.
And I am Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy, all over the internet.
That's a long name. Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy, all over the internet. That's sharp. Do not poke me with it. I will be forced to thwack you. Tanya says I can thwack you. I can flick you.
When did Tanya say that?
I put words in her mouth. All I know is that she would agree with me. Her mother would agree with me.
Stop putting words in people's mouths.
But she's got such a accommodating mouth.
Podcast.
I am
That which we
podcasting.
are doing.
Tanya's getting tired of hearing her name.
You're writing it down! Yay! I don't have to.
Not today, because you didn't get them all last time.
Oops.
Um,
Hey, you're lucky I stay awake and with energy.
I guess. Anyway,
I had a little over 5 hours of sleep.
we want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We want to thank you for joining us. We're always happy when you want to spend a little time with us.
What's in your mug?
I'm getting to that. I have, Brittany, I have chai tea. Chai tea. Brittany, my St. Paul mug. Oh, I forgot to get my pen hooks and needles. This is my St. Paul mug.
You see, I remember to get my pinhook and needles.
For once.
I've been trying to use some of my other mugs. And I have a tendency to always use my Nip Picks one because it's nice and big.
Yeah, I was going to switch out mine, but I thought I had that one today, but I must really need St. Paul today.
I always grab my Mary one because I haven't used it in a while.
Right.
But
anyway,
I don't have chai tea. I have Blooming Peach Fairies. And this is a fault of Packing It's Heidi. Well,
she's a bad enabler.
okay, so I was going to do this later during Stash and Hands, but we'll do this now because it's the What's in Your Mug section. So she mentions about this tea that blooms awesomely.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't bring my
And
actual...
somebody else mentioned one as well.
Yeah,
Valeria. I think her name is Valeria. I might be mispronouncing it.
Malaria.
Valeria. Valeria. I'm not sure if it's Valeria or Valeria. But it's very pretty. I believe she's from the Netherlands. But anyway, she had a picture in the What's in Your Mug thread of something that's like one of the ones that she's using. It looks like a lotus flower or something in the tea. It's really cool. So thank you for sharing that with us, Valeria.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to look at that yet. I only got off... I worked the weekend, and I spent a lot of yesterday staring at the screen going, I should respond to things. I'm too tired to think. Okay, I'm not going to respond to things.
You need to hurry up so I can get these
So-
intros in. Because this is going to be a little long. Because we have a gazillion whips.
The first tea that Heidi mentioned was the Christmas tea. And it's available on Amazon, and it's not focusing.
Focus. There it
we
goes.
go.
Christmas tea.
I don't usually like green tea, but I really enjoyed this. I even sent it on to a friend.
Some of it.
Well, not this bag. I sent her own bag from
Oh, okay.
Amazon. She couldn't have my... It's a lot harder to send tea balls unless
Yeah.
you're sending it through another seller.
Yeah.
So, there's that one. And then Heidi went and mentioned 3 other teas by the same people.
She was giving an evil laugh.
Yeah, she was.
She-
I could hear it across the
Mhm.
interwebs.
Yep.
So, then I picked up Kaffir Lily, which is the only black tea of them.
Is that the one that does the...
They all bloom.
Oh, okay.
Um,
And I apologize for any slurping. It's very hot, the tea.
and Blooming Peach Fairies.
The bag got cutted.
I know, but it's in, at least it's not loose leaf.
Oh, good.
It's all balls. This is the one I'm having right now, is the Blooming Peach
You can always
Fairies.
put that in a plastic bag if you want to make sure it doesn't go.
Yeah. And then the one I picked up last, and I put it on a separate order because I just didn't notice it until last, was the mango one. I haven't tried the mango one yet. I've tried all of the others. So the lady realized that I had ordered 3 of her teas at once. The Christmas one I had ordered a couple weeks ago. Or not a couple weeks ago. I'd ordered it earlier in the week, so it got here first. But this one, she realized I'd ordered the same day 3 of these teas, but in 2 separate orders. So she put the orders together and enclosed $5 in my box.
An actual bill.
An actual $5
Uh-huh.
bill in my box. I guess she couldn't figure out how to take it off of the shipping and handling, and she was like, "Please find $5 enclosed." Was able to mail in 1 box, and then if I had any
Which I think
questions,
is fantastic.
she put the email address on, and I thought that was just absolutely sweet because
Very good customer service.
very good customer service. I will be using them again.
And we'll have that in the show notes. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got her stuff through Amazon, but I will find her website, or at least link to her Amazon store.
She looks very good, and Ty is enjoying her tea, so it's a good place to get tea.
I mean, that kind of, you don't see that kind of customer service all the time.
Now, we also got tea from one of our viewers, but I'm holding that back just for a little while. I want to go into our new and returning viewers. We thank everybody who has come back and everybody who is joining us, and even those who are in the shadows. But if you're in the shadows, come and join us officially. We'd love to see you for real as a member, so you can...
For real?
For real.
For real?
Yeah. So we can, you can be eligible for prizes, and we want to chat with you and all that kind of stuff. But we do want to welcome, in a special way, the new members who have joined officially, in quotes. Valeria, who I mentioned earlier with the lovely tea. Her name is Valeria, and please correct me if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, because it looks like a very pretty name,
Yes, it
and
does.
I don't want to mispronounce it. My name used to get mispronounced all the time, so let us know.
I had a patient insist it'll go away.
Ah,
See, it went bye-bye.
not Bubbles.
Um,
Bubbles, not Bubbles.
anyway, over the weekend I had a patient who insisted on calling me, first he called me Terry, and then he insisted on calling me Kelly.
I've got called Kelly before.
And he was one of those people who couldn't figure out how to use the call button.
Oh no.
So every couple minutes, if somebody even breathed in the general direction of his room, was Kelly! Hey, Kelly! So not only was he refusing to use the call button, he was calling me by the wrong name all night long. I was ready to do some loving pillow therapy by the end of the night.
Yes, yeah. I don't have to visit her in jail, so she didn't. Okay, so Valeria, we welcome you. We welcome Lizzie 8791, who is Lucy, and I'm not quite sure where she gets the Lizzie from. Maybe she'll tell us. I think that's interesting.
Mm.
America Liberty, who is Sunshine, which that is her name, and I think that's amazing and awesome.
And Sunshine has only been crocheting for a little over, I think by now it's like 3 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
And go girl, she is
She's good.
She's testing in the Free Patterns Testers group. She's testing Timmy the Turtle, and you know what? That takes some guts to first time right off the bat you're testing.
She's
You
doing
go.
great. She's fantastic, and we're glad to have her with us. And I love her name. It makes me think of bright, happy things. And perfect for autism awareness.
Yes.
Liz FM. And I'm just looking at that and going, I wonder if that means the radio station or if that's just her last name something. Or anyway, hi Liz. Welcome aboard. And then we have Moonstarcraft, who is Pammy, and she just made it in under the wire before the podcast today.
Moonstarcraft, for some reason, makes me think of Guardians of the Galaxy and Star-Lord.
Well, she seems really nice. I just had a chance to glance at her page, but she looks very, very nice, and we're glad to have all of you with us. Welcome aboard. We already had Davina on. We always have her to kick off the autism awareness. We didn't have her last week because it was Easter and we had a lot of things going on.
It's going to be a long one again, though.
I'm sorry. It is going to be a little bit long because we have a gazillion things going on right now.
A gazillion, did you count?
All the zeros go from the living room that way all the way to the sunroom that way, and we're in the room in between. Yes, we are. That much. Okay. This fact that I'm giving you is a short fact. It is the one that's in the thread for the CAL because I wanted to keep it short and to the point because we do have a lot going on
as much
today.
as to the point as we're able to do.
Yes. Our point kind of goes like this. I mean, we have a point. It's just how we get to it.
That's how I stay awake, is by...
Circuitous. All right. The fact, autism
Circuitous?
Autism is a complex developmental disability that typically appears during the first 3 years of life. We saw it with Davina at about age 2, even though we didn't know what it was. Taya wasn't born yet. I was pregnant with Taya when she started having...
See, I told you we were 2 years apart.
No, 18. We're 20 months apart. In any event, Davina started having night terrors. She started... that was her main issue at that point. And we just thought that was because my husband was getting ready to go overseas on a remote tour, which meant he would go for a year without us. And then the new baby and all this. We thought that was what the problem was. It was too much change. But that was our first hint that maybe something was not quite as it should be, and it kind of progressed from there. So she was about 18 months, 20 months before when we first started seeing that. They say that it affects a person's ability to communicate and interact, and that was true. She was. But the way it manifested was not necessarily the way you would think. It wasn't like she couldn't talk or anything like that. It was that when she talked, it was very... Heidi would know how to say it better. Heidi, I'm not sure if I'm... Pedantic. I'm not sure exactly what that term means, but it was very formal and stiff. And Heidi, who is Undead Yarn, is a speech pathologist. So is Emily, I believe. If you can correct me what pedantic is, please do so. But I think it means stylized and formalized, and it was very stilted the way she talked. But she was speaking, and she had a good vocabulary, but it was just not quite flowy like a normal kid would be. She was trying to talk very early, and when Taya was born, she would talk for Taya too.
But to my credit, when I did speak, it was a complete sentence.
It was a complete sentence. I almost dropped everything on the 3rd floor, just everything down the stairs. But anyway, the communication and the ability to interact was definitely impacted in Davina, especially the interaction. She always kind of held herself off a little bit. She never really played with. She kind of played alongside.
That's that developmental. Is that Piaget?
Where
they have the
they
the
play
development.
Alone,
they
play together, and then play side by side.
Play alone, play side by side, play together. Because that's a milestone.
Yeah, they're milestones. But
it's been eons since.
Yeah, me too. If it's been eons for you, think how long it's been for me. But anyway, she was very good at masking it, so we didn't really realize a whole lot until much later.
She still masks fairly well.
She does. Autism is defined by a certain set of behaviors and is a spectrum disorder, which means that there are different levels. Okay? It affects different individuals differently and to varying degrees. Okay? Davina is probably moderate to mild, because she also has developmental delays on top of it. Some of these kids do have other issues, and I do like what Emily Fibertown used to say about, she's not autistic, she has autism or Asperger's. It's not what defines her; it's just part of her.
Although the DSM-5 would say that there's no Asperger's anymore.
I know. They're saying there's no Asperger's. I don't understand that. but there are a lot of different things on the spectrum, one of which is pervasive developmental delay, which is another thing that Davina probably has a little bit of. And they say that the prevalence of autism has risen to 1 in every 88 births in the United States.
Although I wonder how much of that is actual autism. It's become one of those.
Yeah, it's a catch-all.
It's a popular diagnosis
Yes,
right now.
it is.
Some of the people that are diagnosed with autism with Asperger's, I'm like,
And this
it's kind of like ADHD, not as bad as ADHD, where it's like everyone
Yeah,
has ADHD. Wah!
this is
ADHD for everybody.
this information still. Last time I checked, it was just before we did. Just the beginning of the year, I believe, I checked this, and it was still the same information, but it might be different now. They say it's about 1 in every 88 births in the United States, 1 in 54 boys. We do have 2 videos.
The boys can tend to get violent sometimes.
So can the girls sometimes, but it's more likely the boys.
Yeah.
There's a lot of frustration involved with it. We have 2 videos that our very own George, who is 10 hours or less, found for us.
Yes.
He found the first one that's in the Cal thread. It's a link because I couldn't figure out how to embed it.
I'll try to figure out how to embed it. I just haven't
That
gotten around to it.
he gave that to me last year after the autism awareness, just after it ended. He found it, and then he sent me today or last night another link for another video, and this one is about adults.
Oh, that's good.
Well, it's not adults; it's kids who have graduated high school.
But still, that's
3 families.
that's a lot
3
farther
families?
than sometimes they address it.
Yeah,
because
it's 2 boys and their families. I don't know why they have no girls, but they have 2 boys. And I haven't watched it all. What I have seen looks really good, so we will put that in the show notes thread if you are interested in seeing that. It's approximately, I think, 45 minutes to an hour.
You said you had a link in your okay,
Yes, right
good.
there. So I appreciate, George, thank you for helping us with that, being able to spread a little more information. I think sometimes you have to see. Both
Yeah.
these videos look very good. I do remember watching the one that he gave me last year, and it looked very good. I think they had 3 or 4 families on that one, but they were more like mid-teens, I think.
And
So
I have coming in from one of my educational, I won't be able to share it with you guys, but some of the knowledge I gained from it I'll be able to share. It's from one of my continuing education sites. They have DVD sets for different medical things. And one of the things they had, and it looks like it might be not only from a medical perspective, but from an educational perspective, it's on autism and Asperger's.
Heidi, if you're interested in it, Emily, if you're interested in
It's
it.
very expensive, but I got it on 50% off.
Anyone who's interested in that because they have autistic spectrum disorder in their family or friends, or if they work with them like Heidi and Emily do, if you're interested, I'm sure Ty would be willing to give you the information.
Yeah, it's like I said, I got a 50% coupon off of it. It's quite expensive, but it's worth it. It's worth continuing education hours for professionals. And to be quite honest, even if I wouldn't get the continuing education out of it, it's the fact that it's updated knowledge, and some of it looks like it covers Asperger's and autism in the workforce and adult life, which we've been having trouble finding information.
And I'm looking forward to that. I feel like very cut off, even though I'm a special educator, even though I have an Asperger's adult child, I feel very cut off from any kind of support and any kind of knowledge of what to do. So this would be helpful.
I'll have to leave it out where you can get to it.
Right. Now the rules are very simple. The projects must be knitted or crocheted. They must be approximately 75% bright colored. It does not have to be more than one bright color. It can be the whole lime green or what's his name, Dancing Geek,
Orange.
Geeks, Orange James, orange.
You mentioned.
Yes, I'm going to write him down.
I think you mentioned last week and I forgot to write him down.
It can be bright pink, or it can be a whole conglomeration of colors, and you can have 15, 20, 25% of neutrals or whatever it is you want to break it up.
Like Davina has her bright colors broken up by black.
Yeah. It can be started at any time, but must be worked on during the Cal to be eligible. It does not have to be finished, just as long as you work on it during the Cal. 1 WIP per project per week. Post the FO whenever it's finished, regardless of whether you posted a work in progress. So if you are working on a bright pink monster and you showed the progress on Monday and you finished it on Friday, you can put the WIP in and you can put the FO in.
That same week.
That same week. Featured patterns are the 2 patterns that George, our very own George, 10 hours or less, did for last year's autism awareness and this year. So the braided bright and the what's the rainbow round cow, round rainbow cow. You know what I'm talking about. The beautiful.
I know, I can picture
I can see it.
I
and
can't remember what it's called.
I thought I had it down in here, but I don't. I have TBA on here, and it's what it is. That beautiful cow with the rainbow colors.
Yeah.
That's acceptable for 2 choices. Anything made. Oh, Victoria Blue has that new pattern out. Those mitts, knitted autism awareness mitts. If you do her mitts, that's two chances at a prize for the finished objects. The same thing with George's 2 patterns. Any project using Knitted Girl, who is Undead Yarn, her autism awareness colorway for this year, that gets 2 chances for a prize. She has very generously developed that yarn for our autism awareness, and we want to thank her for that.
And you maybe might be seeing some of it.
Yeah, you might be seeing some of that. Yeah, maybe. I may have fallen down and bought more yarn.
Maybe.
Okay. And
I have this eye looking over my shoulder here. You see that big blue face of that eye? I feel like a lurking eye.
Bastion is doing his best.
You see lurking eye.
Yes. But before we get out of this, I do want to say, because part of our stash enhancements actually is having to do with autism awareness. We received from Denise, who is Knitting Den.
Did you write Denise down?
I will in a minute.
Oh, yes, you did.
Denise is the Knitting Den, and she had promised us bags and Zeeted buffer pills, and you guys are so lucky. I am so jealous because I've never seen this puzzle pieces fabric before.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
This is awesome. I just love this. Look at this fabric.
And we're not unwrapping it.
No, we're not unwrapping it. I think it's a tween bag, a tweeny squishy bag, whatever she calls it. It's a Kickaboo bag. And this one's folded, so you can't really see how big it is. And this one is a wedge bag. And it says Hope. The Zeeted Buffer Pill says Hope on it. And these are awesome. So these are 2 of the prizes, and then there are 2 Zeeted Buffer Pills that we might add a little something with, not because it's not worth it by itself, but because we do that. This is, I hate to unwrap her wrapping because she always does things so pretty.
But they're going to be separate prizes.
Yes,
anyway.
they're going to be separate prizes. These are the Zeeted Buffer Pills, just like the ones she gave
us.
I
was going to say, those look just like the ones we got.
Pieces. Whoops. Here, why don't you hold one? So
these are more prizes. Asking me to do work?
Prizes. Aren't these awesome?
Mine's more important.
I mean, look at that. Thank you, Denise. This is incredibly generous. And Denise got this out to us, even though she's been trying.
I think mine had more red.
Even though she's trying.
Mine had more red. I think she really intended it for me.
Anyway, Denise is incredibly generous to get this out to us, even though she's been trying very hard to make sure she has passports up to date for the travel that she's going to be doing to England this year. Denise, by the time you see this, I hope you and Kiki have your passports all up to date. The other one was a complete and utter surprise. Denise had let us know. This came in as a surprise. This is from Bella Socks.
That's right.
The same package that Davina got her beautiful little notebook in. She's so excited about that, Aileen. Very excited about that.
This stuff is beautiful.
This is amazing. This is not going to go for the autism awareness. It's going to be split between the next 2 cows. We're going to be doing the cardiac, and then, can we say the other one?
I don't know if we can yet or not.
All right, the other one we can't mention just yet, but until we hear.
It's in conjunction with another
podcaster. So, but anyway, the yarn will go to one, and the bag will go to the other. The yarn is going to go to the one we can't mention, and one of them is Countess Ablaze. This multicolored one is Countess Ablaze.
It's very beautiful.
Very beautiful. And then this one down here is Dancing Dog Dyeworks, I think. Gosh, that one's perfect. For also and that's also for the same one. So you have 2 skeins of yarn that we're going to be going for that her cow that she's spearheading. And then she also sent us a No Maker's bag, and this is and I'm not unwrapping this because it's very pretty. This is I forget what she said this was. It's a Dr. Seuss.
It's the Lorax.
The Lorax. It's a Lorax bag from Tangerine Designs.
Because I know you had picked one up for me at one point.
Yeah, I had one as well. So this is a prize, and this one will be for the cardiac. So that's 3 prizes. And in here, she sent us tea. I don't even know what the tea is yet. Because the tea is ours. Because she told us we could keep the yarn too, but we decided
to give it to y'all.
To pass it on forward because it's just too pretty and we wouldn't be able to agree who would keep what. But look at all this tea. We haven't even looked at the tea.
Okay, this is chai.
Chai.
It actually is loose leaf chai, Mom.
Ooh, vanilla caramel,
That's
loose leaf
chai.
chai, stress relief, vanilla caramel chai,
I think you need the stress relief.
salted caramel, honey,
Is it just plain salted caramel?
vanilla caramel.
Oh, it's black tea. I think I
Ooh, well, there's enough that we can split them.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you get the chai
Thrive.
because I don't drink chai.
I mean, there's all this tea. I mean, just look at
This
this.
is a good tea, the Kai Berry. I've tried this before.
Look at all these. I mean, this. Look at this.
I'm looking.
No, I'm showing them.
I don't care.
Look at this. I mean, there's a plethora. I'm so excited. Look at this tea. So Ty and I will definitely be using that.
If it's chai, it's probably going to Mom because I've tried so hard to like chai tea and I just don't.
And if it has too many flowers in it, it's probably going to go to Taya because I have to be careful with hay fever allergies. So, but oh, look at this little card.
Oh.
I can't tell you how happy and warm fuzzy sounds trite and stupid and all that, but it makes you feel warm and happy when we receive something like this because we don't expect it, you know. Stop. You're going to give people nightmares. Don't do that again. Don't do that again.
It's a fun song.
It's a very, very nice idea because we don't expect anything from people, and when we receive something nice like this, it makes our day and our week. So thank you so much, Aileen, and thank you, Denise, both. Stop it. You're scaring people. You should never do that, ever. Okay.
Like a room without a roof?
We have other prizes that we showed last time. I just want to mention some of the donors. Anastasia Zattel, who has donated 6 patterns.
Indeed.
Silvershed, who has donated a medium wedge bag, and that's Ann Brody. And
Not a wedgie bag.
And you know where her Etsy shop is because
I might have fallen down for another.
Maybe, yes.
Because there might have been a certain fabric that was not able to say no about.
Yeah, I didn't go back because, yeah. I'll be back later.
I'll be back.
I fell down somewhere else, Heidi, on Dead Yarn. One Silvershed wedge bag that we bought for this, and then we have the Kikipu bags and the buffer pills. We have several skeins of yarn that were donated by different people.
And the only reason why we're able to give so many awesome prizes is because people have
you guys are amazing.
Oh my gosh, because we would not be able to give this many awesome prizes on our own.
We wouldn't be able to. So thank you very much. I wanted to thank Debbie Jackson. She's one of the ones who is doing a $10 or less downloadable Ravelry pattern. Heidi, who is going to be doing Undead Yarn, who's going to be doing 2 yarns from her shop, one for each of 2 lucky viewers.
I think it has to be whatever's in her shop.
Whatever's in her shop, yes, at that time.
Yeah. She has some. If there's still Jaws tonal in her shop.
Oh, I picked up one of those. I might have picked up one of those. Yes, Heidi in DK. Toy. And then Packing Knits. There's a yarn of hers that we have for a prize, and then that she developed. And then there's a skein of yarn. We have a skein of that, and so we have 3 skeins of yarn from Emily, who's Fibertown. Another one. Oh, I forgot to say who our co-hosts are.
Yes.
We have.
What a horrible person you are.
I'm just bad. Nikki
18229,
who is Nikki.
Apparently, I'm the only one who can remember your full name, Nikki.
I don't like numbers; they confuse my brain. Nicholas
18229.
And Nicholas World 18229. Yes, and then Emily, who is Chain of Fools, Fibertown.
Nikki, we need to hear from you.
Yes.
We miss you.
Yes, Nikki, where are you? Emily, who's Fibertown, Chain of Fools from Fibertown. Nikki 18229, who is Nicolo's World.
Nikki.
And of course Heidi, who is Nitty Girl, who is
Kitty Girl.
Yeah, Nitty Girl from
I
Undead
can't
Yarn.
think of anyone less like a kitty cat. She's
No.
like, unless she's a zombie kitty cat. Love you, Heidi.
We love Heidi. And just before we go on into our whips, and I know we're kind of pushing things, we have a couple people who have not yet contacted us. Nikki you have won a prize. We need to hear from you.
I mean, we have your address.
We have your address, but
but
we'd like you to know. If
and
you
also, Nikki, you need to take a look in the thread.
yes, look in the threads, Nikki.
Do I have to Facebook poke you?
Yes, you do. Poke her nice and hard. And then we have Ting Ting.
Ting ting.
Ting Ting, we need to hear from you because you won something, and I think there's one other person that I don't know if she's contacted.
Oh, it's the one who won.
The one who won CC Knits ebook and patterns. I don't remember who you are, but if you watched the last podcast where we gave out the Easter podcast where we gave out the prizes, you won a prize from CC Knits, and she needs to hear from you if you haven't already contacted her. And for those of you who have contacted us, we will be getting the prize out as soon as we can. It's been
Actually, we've heard more quickly back from people than we normally do. Usually it takes a while, and we were very impressed.
Yes, thank you
heard
very
right
much.
away from most people.
Thank you very much. And if you haven't contacted us, please do contact the appropriate people. Okay, moving on. We have lots of whips.
Very much.
Lots of whips. I have 10.
Have you beat?
Yes, well, that means you start.
11. Oh, and in case you're wondering, Mom has one of these as well. We picked up from Hobby Lobby.
Hobby Lobby.
This is supposed to help with wrist tiredness,
And it does.
my wrist is still a little tired, but I think it's something to do with the weather more than anything else. The idea is that it sort of rubs against that area and kind of massages it.
And
I'm also wondering if I'm wearing the wrong size.
You might be. I'm wearing a medium, and it helps a lot.
Do you have your other one there?
No.
Because you don't use both sides.
No, I don't.
But, I mean, the large fits,
Yeah.
but I'm wondering if it would be better if I used the medium.
No, you can borrow one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can just make sure I order some more because my husband's like, if this helps you, make sure you get more.
Yeah.
So, because
I thought I picked up a medium and I picked up a large instead. I mean, we were very close. We almost needed a large.
Yeah. But the large it goes up to such a big size that whatever, you know, like how when you have ribbing and it's close to your hand.
I just want to see.
Whatever support it gives is less in the large for us because we have very small wrists.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stretch mine out.
Oh my gosh, it's so different.
Gimme.
Can I pause and just go get your other one?
Gimme.
Can I pause and get your other one?
Why? I haven't worn that one yet.
Because
Go
I
get
need
it.
something for my wrist. Okay, pausing. 1 second.
We're
Back. I can already feel a difference in the support.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Where were we?
Having the right size does wonders.
Yeah, we'll have to pick up more because, as you know, I was out for almost a week, maybe 10 days. That I wasn't able to do very much of anything because my wrist and arm hurt so much. It took a combination of a carpal tunnel brace when I'm typing and fixing my position. Somebody had emailed me, and I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was, and I do mean to get back to you. I have a ton of messages, but it's been hard for me to type. I'm getting back into it now. She had told me about my position as a typist, and I did adjust that, and I did put the carpal tunnel brace on.
Did she finish her story ever?
What?
She said when she was in high school.
No,
I
have to write back to her because she said something to me. It was really cute. She was very sweet, and I want to thank you for that. And she knows who she is, and I will get back to you as soon as I get to your email. I've got like a gazillion emails. She said, because when we were in high school, and then it just stopped. You're leaving me on a hook. I know this is what writers do, but I can't stand it.
What happened when you were in high school?
What happened? So I will be getting back to it. But anyway, I appreciate that. Between the brace and this, my wrist is getting better, and I've been able to do. As you
And for some reason, ever since I've transferred to the ICU, it seems to only be exacerbating my wrist pain. I had one night where I had difficulty squeezing an IV bag with this hand.
Yeah.
And I've been having to move the bed up higher, so I'm not lifting. I don't have a lot of upper arm strength anyway, but I was lifting a lot with my wrists. And I was like, we need to move the beds up. They're not as good about moving the beds up. I'm like, I can't be pulling my wrists. I need to be pulling my upper arms.
Right. Okay, so moving on. Now, that was a lot more than you really wanted to know about that.
So projects, which bag is it in? Because I am working on another new design. I just am trying to remember which bag it's in, so I can just show the bag and move on. Is it in that bag? No, it's not. It is in... This is what happens when you have 20 different bags, and this has that in it.
We never know what's in our bags. I think Denise's idea about having little things that say toy or something, at least we might not know which toy's in the bag or which sweater or which doll, but at least we know what's in one of those bags. Because I just went ahead and switched a bunch of bags. Whoops,
This
sorry.
is it. Okay.
Package down.
Yes, this is it. This has a new design in it, which I cannot show you or speak of. Because basically as soon as I finished releasing Tilly, the Springer Spaniel, not releasing, but releasing to test Tilly, the Springer Spaniel, I started the design work for this one. And I'm about at the eye point in the design.
I'm having fun with that pattern. Not this one, but your
I was gonna be like, you aren't working this pattern. It's still being written.
Tilly the pattern. Tilly pattern. Tilly
this-
Trotter pattern.
This is in my Plover Bird in the Kissing Bunnies bag. And this is my last Plover Bird I got. And this was her new sweater size, I think.
Yeah, because it's a big one.
Yeah. But look at the Kissing Bunnies.
I hope she comes.
I don't like pink, and I like this bag.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, we don't like pink.
Nope.
This is a pink-free zone. Of course, look at what I'm wearing.
That's not
pink. It's maroon. I have pink, kind of, but no.
Okay.
I don't do pink.
Flying.
Next project.
No, because we can do every other now.
I don't want to do that one just yet. Let me leave that one second to the last. Okay, I think that's in my autism awareness bag. Because I moved it from a different bag. No, that's not it. It's a toy, but that's not the right toy. Call box. In my silver shed call box, Doctor Who bag, is my Tilly. And I can't show you. But I did work on it. I'm just starting the eyes. And it's in this bag, which I like.
And that's
I
a
love.
test.
This is my silver shed bag, which I love. This is a bag that I saw it. I had Etsy money for my birthday, and I didn't know what to do with it. And I was looking here, and I saw this. I have to have this. So, Anne, this is perfect. Anne Brody, silver shed.
And like
Awesome
I said, I
bag.
may or may not have picked up a new silver shed yesterday.
We did damage yesterday.
So,
I needed lawn therapy.
Mom tempted me when I was sitting there for the podcast. She's like, you know, it's a sale at Webs for Cascade 220.
Yarn.com.
I'm like, why are you telling me this?
They have a sale there, an anniversary sale. So if you need yarn, they have worsted 220 Cascade for $6.
It's the discontinued color that's for $5.
Yeah,
and
no,
you
that's
can get
$4.39.
$4.39, and you
Yeah.
can get a sweater's worth
Mm-hmm.
because they have
Just
like
saying.
50 skeins.
Webs.com. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, yarn.com.
Yarn.com.
Yarn.com. Webs.
I wonder why they call them They call it Webs.
Maybe because you can go out searching all over the place. I don't know.
Okay, so the next project I'm going to talk about, because I'm actually at the end of a row for this, is my scrap log cabin blanket. Still in the same color. I'm probably going to go, let's see how much I have left of that yarn ball. Oh, I still have a fair amount.
Oh, before she goes on, just a second. About the turtle. Oh, never mind. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I did
So this was, it still is, undead yarn. It was used for a baby bunny. There's not quite enough to get 2 baby bunnies out of it, and I wanted it for my blankets. So,
awesome. Oh, that looks nice.
yeah, I went from one-ended yarn, which was this one that I used for Davina's Zuzu's Petals, to another one. I think I might have another one that comes up after that. Oh yeah, another 3, because I have, after that, the ones for the turtle. You might recognize these. So, I might be having an undead yarn section of this blanket.
Cool.
Which is good, because I was starting to run low on yarns that I wanted to put in here, so I was glad I finished a couple toys. So I could have some yarn for my blankets.
Yeah, I was right to begin with, because I mistaken the blanket that I was using, that I was doing. The turtle that I have in that TARDIS bag, not TARDIS bag, in the call box bag.
That's not the turtle, it's the dog.
Tilly?
Yeah, I looked at it. I saw her markings.
Okay. I don't know why I can't remember where I put things.
Because
Oh,
you
the
even
turtle's in here.
opened, you
The
even
turtle's in
opened the
here.
bag and,
Yeah, I
and
did.
looked at it.
All right, never mind. Go ahead. It's my turn anyway, right?
It is your turn anyway.
Okay. Let's get the turtle
Do
done.
you know who you are? What is your name?
Flubus.
Remember Dan and Kay?
Oh yeah, Ruby. Ruby and Max.
Yes. But we can't talk too much about that because that's a special episode, and
Right.
you can only see it if you buy the handbrake pattern.
And handbrake we will talk about later.
We will?
Yes, we will.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But I want to talk about it now.
No, we'll talk about it later. We have to wait till the end of the whips.
Spoil funny.
Well, something. Okay, my turtle is definitely in here. In my knitting's my bag.
Are you
turtle
sure
bag.
your turtle's
Yes.
in there?
See the
Turtle is going to be
Colors.
released on the 20th, which is actually a podcasting day.
Yes. So the turtle is in here, and this is Tilly's fault. I was watching her podcast. Yes, Tilly Trout. It's her fault. She was showing a blanket, and it looked to me, it looked like the squares had circles in it. It reminded me of the Twister game, and I've been having the hardest time naming this turtle. And the game Twister came. I looked at. He's got twirls and twists on his shell. His name is Twister. So Tilly Trout, you named my turtle. His name is Twister. But I can't show it to you because it's still in testing. So
Now, is Twister the one you're keeping for you?
I'm keeping Twister for me. And that one's using Hobby Lobby. No, it's Yarn Bee yarn, I think.
It is
from Hobby
Yarn
Lobby.
Bee. It's a baby bee.
Baby Bee. Okay, so
My turn.
your turn.
I actually worked a couple of rows for this. Usually, when I work on this, I only work a couple rows at a time. It is this bad.
Creepy Llama's bad.
It is.
The
One of my patients in ICU. I think his girlfriend is on Ravelry somewhere. I've never run into her on there. And he was pumping me for information for what to get his girlfriend, who's a knitter, serious knitter. He's like, I have no idea what to get her. And he's like, so do you? And then a little later, he's like, so do you have like 6 or so projects on the needles all the time, like my girlfriend does? I'm like, try like 10
Yeah.
that I'm actively working on.
10, 11.
Yeah,
12,
you know.
My husband looked at me with all the bags like, why don't you just finish something? I'm like, because I have finished stuff. Just look at my page.
Most of the stuff I finished this year have been my toys.
Mhm.
I might kind of sort of be obsessed.
Mm.
But this, I've had to switch back and forth between knitting and crocheting more recently because my wrist has been so
Right.
painful. And the crocheting has been really exacerbating it. Probably doesn't help if my support wasn't a good support. So, and the weather's been making it worse.
Yeah, the weather. We get affected by the weather, so.
I blame my genetics for my mother.
I blame your grandmother.
Okay, that works. So ultimately, it's all Grandma's fault. So it's her fault.
It's her fault. It's his fault. It's her fault.
We watched Into the Woods right before I went into work. Oh my gosh, I've had the music in my
me too.
head.
Yeah. Well, that's not the one I had in my head though. It was something.
Did
else.
you have the one sung by Meryl Streep in your head?
No.
All those songs are pretty
Yeah.
amazing. I've had Sondheim can write music. He's still actively. He was writing the music for that musical while the movie was going on still, even though that musical is as old as I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Old music.
Ancient even.
Ancient. As old as dirt, even.
Are you older than dirt then?
I am older than dirt, so I'm not old anymore. I'm just older than dirt.
This is The Fisherman's Cardigan, which is a Sarah pattern by Jennifer Hagen. I am supposed to be doing this body for 15.5 inches. I think I'm at 11.5. It feels like I've been at 11.5 for like 20 years.
For 11.5 years.
I'm using Barocco Comfort Chunky in the Barley colorway. This yarn is so soft. That's one thing everyone comments on when they feel this. It's fairly splitty to work with. Not overly, but a little bit. I mean, it's very easy to catch it with your needle and have like a little bit of the yarn pulled out.
Now, if you hear bouncing upstairs, Davina's in. We have a little small room off our bedroom, and that's where she does her workouts. She's upstairs bouncing to aerobics. So.
Well, the rain might kind of cover that noise.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's the sweater so far. I am absolutely gonna love having this when it's done.
It's so warm.
I mean, look at the definition of that.
You're gonna poke me in the eye.
You don't need an eye.
I need my eyes. I need both my eyes.
Look at that. So it's a lovely pattern. I usually only work a couple rows at a time. just because there are 3 charts each row, or 3 charts each right-sided row. But yeah.
Is it pearl on the back, or can you say?
Well, on the back you just knit the knits and purl the pearls, and that's not really giving anything away.
Right. Is it in the round?
Well,
No.
it's flat
Yeah.
because it's gonna have a zipper when it's done, which is really great because I'm trying to make it like a mock fisherman's cardigan, like the ones you see the Clancy's wear.
Right, but they oh, you mean like a pullover type?
Like like a pullover. So when it's zipped, it'll mimic
Right,
the pullover.
So to me, a real fisherman's has the toggles.
Well, you see, when they were going fishing stuff, they didn't have the buttons. It was usually a pullover.
It could be.
A lot of times when you see the traditional pictures, it was a pullover.
Okay, let's see. My next
So
one.
that's this sweater.
My next one, I think it's in here. My Star Wars silver shed bag. This is the 1X.
Thank
1X
Mama.
large. And I'm almost finished with my first ball of yarn, 560 yards worth of, I think it's Reflections of Rockland. Yeah, Reflections of Rockland. This is the size of it right now. Excuse me, Talia.
No.
So you can see it's getting big. I'm using
Oh, I still need to block your hat.
an F hook,
I forgot to block your hat.
and I was doing. I started this for Heidi's shawl on. I think it's still going.
I think so. I'm still working on my shawl.
I don't
for
think
the
I'm going
shawl.
to finish in time, but this.
Mine was my wrist hurting for some reason. I'm not sure why. Working on that one hurts my wrist if I.
Yeah. This. I'm using an F hook. I'm using Anastasia Satel's scrap shawl. Pattern for this is a really nice, intuitive pattern. Once you get started, I have this much yarn in the first ball left.
It's such a pretty yarn too.
It is. It's Reflections of Rockland. It's a fingering weight. And I'm really enjoying this, but again, because my wrist has been bothering me, I can only work on it a little at a time. And actually, I can only work on everything a little at a time. I have to kind of switch projects out. But it's getting better, so that's good. And this is my Silver Shares AT-AT bag.
Silver Shares? Who's
Silver
Shares?
Shed AT-AT bag, Star Wars.
AT-AT.
This is the 1X.
Dan, I'm very disappointed in you. You should notice it AT-AT.
No, he was right.
It was AT-AT.
AT-AT.
AT-AT. Apparently,
Your turn.
it's only Maureen who sees the light.
She's at the dark side. Will you move along?
You don't know? I'm trying to follow him.
Which project is it?
It is the one I'm
We
looking
are
at.
organized, it's just that we have a bunch of bags.
Okay,
Quasi-organized.
so this is Chris, which is Bury the Cardinal pattern by me, my design, and this is
Did you work
using
on him?
Knit Pick Flower Support. Yeah, I did a little bit, not very much. And then I decided I would save him for a later cow.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do with my baby blanket too, I think.
So this is his cute little head, which has been done forever. This is the part I'm currently working on, which is his body. Actually, that's probably at the pause because I'm almost done with it.
Yeah, I decided I had to fix the mistake on the one I'm pausing on for the next cow so I can fix it.
And I know I have other body parts in here, but they're hiding in the bag. Like I finished the crest and I finished the beak, but it's hiding in the bag underneath all the yarn. So after the body is done, I have 2 wings, a tail, and 2 feet to do.
A tail of 2 feet?
Use a tail of 2 feet.
Tail of 2 feet?
So he got a little bit of love. I hope to have him done before the St. John's
Right.
craft fair.
Well, yeah, the way I'm going, I've since I've had start OSAs and just starting all the things.
I've had that problem too this week.
Okay, my next project, let me see what it is as soon as I get this stitch here. Okay. Did Twister, okay, I did that one yet. Okay, this one is in here, I think. Let's see. And this is my Funtific bag. This is one of my first bags. one of my first Etsy bags, I should say.
Isn't this
Other than
Bearcraft?
about the same time. This is my stylish shawl project, which is out of Heidi's yarn, her fingering weight of the Autism Awareness 2015 colorway. And I haven't done a whole lot on this because my wrist was bothering me, so I haven't made a lot of progress on it, but
It's working up really pretty.
it looks really pretty. Look at this.
It makes me think it's confetti cake.
Yes, it does. I should call it the confetti shawl.
Mm-hmm.
But the last time I called a shawl the confetti shawl, I wasn't able to finish it. So maybe after I finish it, I'll change the name. But it's really pretty. The pattern, the colorway is working really nice with the pattern because I was worried about maybe the variegation being too much. But it really isn't. It's more pops than variegation, and I really, really like it. It's It's called the Shell Shawlette pattern by Susan Hilger. Susan Hilger, and I've done this pattern once before. I really like it.
What did you do it for?
It's on my project page. I don't remember.
I don't remember you making this.
So,
I don't remember it.
It wasn't in this colorway, but Heidi's yarn works really well in this. It's gorgeous. It's very soft, and I'm enjoying it for the autism awareness. And it goes with my bag, my matchy bag.
How does it match?
It's got pink and blue and yellow orange. See? Pink and blue and yellow orange and no green that I can see. Oh, there's a little green in there. So, yeah, matchy.
Okay, that.
I said it's matchy.
Okay then.
So it's in my Funtific bag, my Encouraging Words bag, and her medium bag. So, like it a lot.
Okay, next one I'm going to talk on is the nighttime reading shawl. Got a little bit of work on it. I actually finally got to the point that I've been wanting to get to. This is a nice easy pattern. It's just for whatever reason, this almost stresses my wrist almost as much as crochet does, whereas my other knitting ones I'm able to do a little longer.
Which one is this?
This is the nighttime reading shawl, the Gascal pattern by Sarah Jordan. I have no idea why it stresses my wrist out more. This, I'm using Brown Sheep Lamb's Pride Worsted in the colorway Charcoal Heather, and this is for the Undead Yarn shawl cowl. And again, I don't know if I'll finish it in time.
But we are participating.
Yes. I have finally gotten to the point where I'm at the neck increases.
Yay.
So I guess that puts me at officially a third. Something like that.
About that, maybe a little more. Depends on how much of the project is the next increase.
So, okay, this is the right side. So right there.
That's going to be a nice size.
And I'm still doing neck increases.
It's getting a little bit softer just by working it.
Yeah. And
still got the scratchiness, but it's softer.
When I washed it with some shampoo, hopefully it'll soften.
Horse shampoo.
Not shampoo, it's conditioner.
Horse conditioner.
Well, I'm going to use mine first because...
Sharon, was it who said it? No, Jennifer. Jennifer said that it's good for your hair, too.
Yeah. But I have enough trouble finding stuff that is good for my hair because of the fact that it frizzes and stuff. I'm very picky about what I put in my hair. So I'm hoping I can just use my herbal essence and make it nice lavendery smelly shawl.
Oh, I forgot to let you all know that in case you haven't been on the threads, George has another knitted shawl pattern out, and it's really gorgeous. You need to check it out.
I think I saw it on Facebook.
It's in the show-off thread, and it's also on our little sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very pretty. Cables and something else. Cables and lace or something. It's very pretty.
Is it the crocheted one or the knitted one?
This is the knitted one.
Okay.
Okay, so this is, I think, number 3 or number 4.
He's been knocking them out lately.
Yeah, well, he's got this this thing that he's doing with
I know
Darn Good Yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. But anyway, he's got a new pattern out. I just thought I'd make sure I mentioned that before I forgot. Okay.
So the turtles, wow. Froggies are going to fly.
And my turtle that I have in my bag is actually called Divot. That's what his name is.
The turtle's not called Divot.
No, it's not.
The dog.
The dog is called Divot. I haven't done the dog yet, right?
No. You did the dog first.
All right, the dog is Divot, okay? The turtle is Twister, the dog is Divot. And that's all I'm going to say.
Do you need another cup of tea?
I probably do.
I might need another cup. Sorry, I spilled a little tea.
Okay, let me move forward here. Okay, this one I had to stop. This is my friendship between friends shawl pattern from the Kim Guzman friendship shawl. And I worked a little bit on it, and for a while I couldn't because it just hurt my wrist too much. But now it's okay. The problem is I've been away from it so long, I have to kind of look and see what the pattern's actually saying because I'm doing the border before I stop, you know, the last few rows for the border before I stop and do the edges. So I only did about a row and a half, but this is basically
Isn't that beautiful?
What the
Can you imagine when you get yours done and I get my sweater done? You'll finish yours before I finish my sweater.
hopefully.
But they'll look so classy together.
Yes, they will. They're absolutely gorgeous. Both this pattern, I love this pattern. I was tickled pink that some of the people in the group are doing this pattern, or at least one of them. I forget who it was, but
Wasn't it Jen?
it might
Jenny?
be Jen. It might be Jen. I forget. But this is warm.
No, and you need to write Jenny down.
Jennifer Elfman.
Her Rav name is Naughty. Naughty Knits. Naughty Crocheter.
No. Is it Naughty Crocheter? I'll put that down and you'll have to figure it out. Naughty Crochet? I forget what it is.
She watches on YouTube. She'll let us
She
know.
watches on YouTube, yeah.
And she usually comments pretty regularly.
Yeah, she does. But in any event, it makes me happy when you guys want to do a pattern that we're doing. And this is a real fun. This is warm, and this is from down at the bottom of the hill. So I think I paid like $1 a skein or 50 cents a skein or something, except for the skeins I had to get to make sure I had enough. And it's Woolies Solid from Lion Brand. They said the only Woolies I could find with the proper yardage was Heathers and Twists, but it's solid, so I don't know. And this is in my Knitting's My Bag Angel Bag large size, her original large size. It's probably her second large size now, but the smaller of the two. Okay.
Okay, so my next one is in the TARDIS bag. This is Obsidian. I started for the sweater along. Well, I didn't start it. I started before the sweater along. I started because of Amy.
Oh, Amy's fault. I forgot everything's Amy's fault. Yes, Amy.
This is the Calligraphy Cardigan by Hannah Feddick. I did it right the first time. Using Ms. Babs Yazawada skein in the colorway Obsidian. This color, I'm not sure if it's just a very saturated yarn, but it comes off on my hands when I knit it. But I do love it. And I feel like I've been doing a fair amount of work on this lately. Let me just stretch this out a little bit so you guys can see. There we go. So,
Let's move along pretty well.
Oops, hang on. There is the collar, same as it has been. I'm still working my way through the armholes, but I'm using like size 4s? Size 6s? I think it's size 4s. It looks like size 4s. 5s.
Option C.
Yeah, it was right in between the two.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with size 5s and Miss Babs, which is a light worsted, almost a DK, it's going to be a nice, solid fabric. Not super thick because it's knitted versus crocheted, but
it's definitely a sweater though.
Yeah, it's definitely not a one of those super light you just strug it on during the summer things, which is fine because
it's a fall sweater.
Yeah, or spring, or Talia is cold and is ridiculous all the time. So I am loving this. I look forward to having this. I love having the ability to roll my collar up against my neck because I'm always cold.
She just thinks it looks cool. She needs the shade from the hat.
And I've been wanting a black sweater for a while that I've made, because I've always had tendency to wear a fair amount of black sweaters, and I don't actually own one that I've made.
I have one, but not that I made. And this has tonal to it. It's not a flat black.
No, it's got a little bit of tonation.
Yeah. What's this?
That's my tail for my
Cast on?
Cast on, yeah.
Okay.
Because I cast on with the rib. So, yeah, it's coming along. It's usually what I've been bringing with me to work on if I just want a mindless knit.
Excuse me.
Because as much as I'd love to bring the blanket with me, it's too big.
It is. Okay.
It's a flying tie, and this is a 12 rubber bag.
Alright, in my Kikiboo owl bag, I think this is Denise's medium, I am doing my Into the Woods scarf, which is from the
Into the
Cerebel.
Woods?
Yes. The Cerebel scarf pattern by Sarah Sweethearts, and you people who have watched this for a while know I've done about a dozen of these. I love these. And I've made quite a bit of progress on it, as you can see.
It almost the same color as the one she was wearing.
Who's she?
The baker's wife.
Mm-hmm.
The one that he put around her neck.
I couldn't see a color on that.
Yeah, it was around the shade.
So it's getting long.
When they separated it off at Paces before she
Right.
ran into the prince.
Right.
The last time.
So this is how much I have left. I think about maybe two-thirds of the way through it, maybe half. I don't know, something like that. So I haven't decided yet if I'm going to make it a cowl or scarf, but right now I'm just working it up, and it's worked up really fast. When I started up again, I think I started on Easter, and where's my?
You had it started before Easter.
No. I started up again. I must have lost the other marker somehow. I had a marker. Oh, here it is. That was where I started like a day or two ago. So I've been doing a lot on this. It's very fast. It works out very quickly. I love the pattern. It's very classy. So I'm enjoying working on this. And I'm using a G hook. And it says I'm using an H, but I'm using a G for this one. So, yeah.
Okie dokie. The next one is in testing, and is in the Kitties in the News, my very first silver shed. It has my autism awareness Zeta Bopper pill on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my Zeta Bopper pill is in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was my first one.
And I have finished several pieces. Davina gets an update every day.
Mm-hmm. She comes down expecting it in the morning.
Yes, she does. So it actually forces me to work on it. So I finished several pieces. Found a mistake in the pattern. I think I updated all my testers.
Yeah, you did.
Look for updates in the RAV thread, and I'll try to tag you anytime I do an update. It's a lot easier than sending out 20 emails and then trying to keep track of it that way. So from now,
but they'll get the corrected pattern right after.
Yeah, at the end they'll get the corrected pattern. But I'm not going to be sending out 20 million different copies of the pattern. For one thing, that's really expensive on your paper.
It's easier to just kind of
write it in.
Cut and paste it. Oops, that's not what I want to do.
So, yeah. So I finished 2 pieces and started on a 3rd piece for the dog. Quite a bit of work done on it. I finished the head like in one night. But that's because I was trying to catch up with somebody. One of my testers in a different group.
She had a question, or?
Yeah, she had a question, and I wanted to catch up with her so I could, because sometimes the easiest thing for me is to get to that point, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, well this is what's going on.
Right.
And while I was doing it, I think that I managed to catch a mistake. This is why I test along with you guys, because sometimes I'll catch mistakes that I know are there, because you guys might think, oh, that's what she meant to do. If I do it along with you, I can try to catch the mistake before you do. That's actually my aim, is to catch my mistakes before my testers do.
It's a game.
It is a game.
Gotta play it right. Gotta play by the rules.
So here we go.
Alright, hold on. Let me just finish this stitch here. Okay. My next project is... I can show this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My next project...
Wait, which one is this? Yes, you can show that one.
Okay.
Because that one's out of testing.
Yeah. This is, I think this is the right
That
bag.
one's been released for a while.
This is one that I had to change bags, which is why I don't know where anything is. In my autism awareness bag that Lois, who's knitting my bag, made for us last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's her large size, her largest size, and it's a drawstring bag. And this is Pebbles, the baby bird, and I am using Heidi's Undead yarn for this in the autism awareness colorway.
And this is the first other person besides me to work this pattern. It's a Bastion.
It's Pebbles.
Yes, but the pattern is Bastion.
Yes, I'm not giving you-
bluebird.
There we go. He's shy. She's shy. Pebbles. Can't show both eyes together.
No, you can't, because if you look at Bastion behind us, it's not until you stuff him that you
Right.
can see. And even then, his eyes are very wide on the sides.
So this is a Bastion. You can see the difference. I'm doing it Heidi's. Wow,
Wow, that's a huge difference. But I think this was Hobby Lobby, and Hobby Lobby really stretches.
Yeah, well, this is Heidi's yarn, which I love for this. Her autism awareness. I think this is going to be really cute. It took me forever to find a name for this. If anybody was following my project page, every time they looked, they probably saw a different name. So, this is now Pebbles, the baby bird. I'm enjoying it. It's fun, and I think I'm done with the color work now for this. So I think I'm just going to be doing straight
Yeah.
Heidi's yarn until I get to the feet
And the beak.
and the beak. Yeah.
The beak is black.
So I'm having fun with this.
Although you might want to do a different color besides black.
No, it's not black. This is blue. This is navy blue.
No. Oh, you use that for the beak? And
Yeah. just
Oh,
like-
that
just
works.
like you did there.
Yeah, it works.
Maybe the same for the feet and the eyes and the.
That works.
So, and I'm using the DK weight yarn, and I'm using. Actually, I thought I was using a D hook. I'm actually using between a C and a D hook. I think these hooks are maybe a British hook or something, because when I looked it up, it said a 3, and that's not either a C or a D. It's in between them. So.
Since we're talking about the Bastion pattern, I think it's in here. Yes, it is. Mom had a question about it, and it just turned out that she had been talking while she was doing it, and
I
completely messed up like 3 rows in a row.
Yeah. But somehow it was ending on the right.
I don't know how
Right.
she managed it to miscount 3 rows in a row, but still end up at the end of a row.
I'm very talented. I can do things with math that other people can't.
But this is Chirpy the baby bluebird, which is Bastion the bluebird pattern, which I designed. And I am using Undead yarn, werewolf face in the colorway Jaws Tonal. I told you, Heidi, when I picked up this yarn, it was going to be for a toy.
Well, I think that's what one of my acquisitions is going to be for as well.
It's funny. Pull out your skin. Oh, yours.
I threw it out already.
I wish you could see the difference, because
I don't know if there will be that much of a difference this time, though. I'm going to be out of frame for a minute.
well, my crochet is so much tighter. Because my crochet is very.
I didn't expect it to be as much smaller than your other one as it was.
Well, it's because I used.
But it's still, I have such an open stitch.
Yeah, but Hobby Lobby really stretches. Yeah, there's a huge difference. Mine can fit inside of yours.
Yeah. Stuff it with it.
Easily.
I still don't get it. And I'm not going to try to get that small, because last time I did, I think that's why I hurt my hand.
Yeah, but look at that.
I'm also further along.
Yes, you are, but it's. I'm actually, though, I'm just starting the color work for the pupil.
Right, but I've already finished all it. I've got rows beneath it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you look, let me measure up here.
Yeah. It's going to be smaller, but...
Yeah, it's going to be smaller. It's just that my gauge is very... But if you look at her, she doesn't have, like, a lot bigger holes. Her stitches are just bigger somehow.
I don't know how I do
And
that.
I don't know how she does that.
I have no idea how I do that. What size hook are you using?
I'm using my normal. I'm
Which
using the
is?
E.
See, and I'm using a smaller hook.
I don't know how it works out that way. Her gauge is just always much larger than mine. But I love this. Look at that Jaws tonal. Isn't
It's
that
gorgeous.
gorgeous?
As
soon as I received the skein, I fell in love with it even more.
I may have picked up a skein of that. Yeah. because I love that color, and I had it in my cart.
And just
forever.
look at it in the skein. It's just, ooh.
It's beautiful. I think that's probably one of my favorite of her colorways.
So,
I don't think I did that.
I've been enjoying working on this. Although, I've been having to spread out how much I work on the ones on the E-hook.
Yeah.
Because that seems to exacerbate the wrist pain.
Anything that's real small tends to, I've been trying to have a very loose grip on the handle of my hook and stuff because that seems to help. Doesn't seem to do a whole lot of good for making my size any smaller, but that's life in the fast lane. Is it my turn or yours?
It's not my turn. I just finished one.
Okay. Let me just finish this stitch real quick.
My tea is all gone.
Mine too, but I can't have any more because I already had 2 cups today.
I can.
Not while we're doing the podcast. You've already paused this too many times. Okay.
Twice.
Now.
Once.
Now.
Once.
Twice.
3 times a lady.
Okay, let's not do that and say we did. Okay, I want to show... Oh, this one. This one I can't show you, but I'll show you what I can. Find it first. I could have sworn I put it in here, but I guess I put it in after I sent it. This is a project that has to remain nameless because I can't say anything about any of the projects for this until
then.
Until the podcast after next.
And that's all she can say
And
about
that's all I
that.
can say about this, and maybe a different project by that time.
Mhm.
But I did work on it. It's in my Ploverbird medium Animals in the Park bag.
Next one is
This one.
This is the Jewel Box Cowette, which is the Zuzu's Petals pattern by Karina Spencer. I'm using Flock Bronzonas Alpaca Silk DK in the colorway Malcolm. And I made it to match Diana's hat. I made it in the same colorway. I love this yarn. It's so soft. It's the silk in it.
Yeah.
I made my first Diana's hat out of this colorway, and it drapes beautifully. It probably drapes the best of all my Diana's hats. Because
You want a
it's
hat to drape?
well, the kind of hat it is.
Right. You want it to slouch.
It slouches beautifully, and it's so soft on the ears. But there's the pops of the color.
Very
I
pretty.
attached in the back, and I'm at the point where I'm starting the lace. You can barely see it at this point. It's just too early on. I'm only a couple rows in.
Right. It's pretty.
Yeah, you can't even really see the lace. It's right there. Yeah, it's just starting.
It's focusing.
So you might be able to see next week some of the lace. This is probably moving slowest of any of the Zuzu's Petals I've ever worked.
Well, you've got a lot of projects going.
Yeah. And it's not the Zuzu's Petals' fault. It's an awesome pattern.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I've had so many other patterns going right now.
Okay. This is my What's in a Square blanket in my huge Vera Bradley bag. And I don't really want to take it out, but I did change colors. I finished this color and started... No, wait. That's not right. I finished this color and I started the variegated. Where is it? I might have... Oh, here it is. I started the variegated, and this is going to lead into my greens.
Yeah.
I don't want to take it out because it's too hard to stuff in this.
She's getting to the point where it's getting close to being done.
Yeah, it's getting really big, and if I take it out, it's going to take me half the podcast to put it back in. It's really quite big. If I were to take it out, it's probably about this high, and cover Talia and I both.
Mm-hmm.
So it's getting there. It has to fit on my queen size bed though, so it's not quite finished. Okay, there we go. And that's just my own pattern. I think I'm using an eye hook.
Yeah, we use the idea of the log cabin, but neither of us have ever looked at a pattern for log cabin.
Hook. Yeah, and it's just scrap yarn and things from projects and stuff like that. So that's that.
Okay, so my next one is... Oh, I finally found a name for this one. In my autism awareness bag, another project you hadn't seen started
Mhm.
last week.
Yeah, we did a lot of that this time.
This is Bubble Yum, the baby bunny. Davina loved Bubble Yum when we were growing up. She's always Bubble Yum and Bubblicious.
Yep.
When we were in school.
I used to give them, I let them chew gum, especially Davina chew gum. This is something that kind of goes back to autism awareness. She had trouble focusing, so one of the things I let her do was chew bubble gum. It helped her to focus when she was in school.
But in the autism awareness bag by Knitting by Bag
Lois.
is
Lovely Lois.
the Autism Awareness colorway by Heidi. Undead
You're seeing
yarn. a trend.
a trend here with all the undead yarn.
I have finished a baby bunny head. Oh, and this is the Oops the Bunny pattern that I designed. This has to be what, my 4th, 5th bunny that I've done.
I think the most I've done of yours is 2, maybe 3, because I get sidetracked.
So
It's cute.
a lot of my bunnies have green eyes because that's the color that I seem to have a lot of. I picked up the green, I think, for kitty cat's eyes. For this kitty cat's eyes. And I have a lot of it left over because I only got it for eyes. So a lot of times when I do DK animal, they have green eyes.
I have blue on my DK animal because I had blue. You could have used blue on mine if you'd asked.
I know, but I didn't feel like waiting for it. It's fine. The green pops out nicely. So there's the head. And started the upper body. And it moves along really quickly. But this pattern always does. And like I said, it's my Oops the Bunny pattern. It's one of my favorites.
No, you lie. You fib.
Because let's see, I've done...
Her nose is going...
I've done the original Oops. I've done the white one, buttermilk, that I gave to Grandma because she kept cuddling it and I just couldn't bear for her not to have it. I did the first baby bunny. I did the first undead bunny, and this is the second undead bunny. So 5 bunnies.
Yeah.
And there will be many more because I have that other undead yarn that I wanted to use for a bunny. That's a kind of pinkish color.
Grim.
I'll save it for October.
Yeah.
Grimace.
Okay.
Alright. If I can wait that long.
Alright. My next project also was not on the needles. You've heard a lot of stuff going on.
You started one.
This is called My Hopeful Cowl. This is from the Handbrake Cowl project, the Handbrake pattern by K.F. Jones and Dan Jones. That is Bakery Bears, Bryony Bear and Obi-Wan Knitter from the Bakery Bears podcast group, and it's supporting cancer research. I am a very hesitant knitter. I think I can do this. Anyway, so
I didn't realize you had started it.
I did. I started it. I was proud of myself. I went on YouTube, I looked at Kay's videos, and I started it. So this is in Miss Babs' Yazawada Skein in the slate colorway.
Are you doing the cowl version then?
I'm doing the cowl version. This is the longer version. 220 stitches, Kay. 220 cast. Hence all my little things. And Kay has been very supportive.
Did you do the cast on I taught you, or did you?
I did the long tail cast on.
Good. And she showed you in the video how to do it?
She showed me in the video, and I got it kind of, but for some reason I couldn't keep getting it. I had to go to my book, my cast on bind off book, and between the two, I was able to get it done.
Good job, Mom.
So it's in the round. I did not twist. I do not think. Here's my center stitch
let me
right
take a look
here.
and I'll tell you if you twist or not. Hang on. Let me see. I just want to make sure before you get too much farther that you didn't twist. Because that would seriously,
But I tried very hard not to. And if I did, I'm going to cry. So.
With the 220 cast on, I would cry too.
Yeah. Well, this is for the longer one because the Miss Babs' Yazawada Skein is 560 yards.
No, it doesn't look like you twisted.
I didn't think I did. So I am on the.
Good job, Mom.
Thank you. I'm on the. I've had this on for a couple
You
days.
might need to get a longer.
She told
cable.
me. She told me to use a 32-inch.
Okay, well go with what she told you to use.
But if it gets too crowded, I might still change it. I might. I did cast on, and Kay, I hope this is okay, but when I cast on, I had a larger needle. Actually, I had a size 10 because that's what I could find. I had a 10 for the actual long tail cast on, and then I put the correct needle on, and then I knit it.
Why did you do that?
It wasn't so tight. When I cast on, I'm very tight.
Oh, okay.
And it didn't matter at all. It seems to work just fine. And I'm having fun with it. My husband was very proud of me. I learned something by
I'm very
myself.
proud of you.
I was proud of myself. I did all by myself.
Good job. I didn't know you started that.
Yeah, I started it a couple days ago. So I have been spreading the news around.
And you get an extra episode of the Bakery Bears as you pick up the
Right.
handbrake pattern,
You did
as
it.
well as giving to cancer research.
It's well worth it. Even if you don't knit, I knit very little. Everybody who has seen me for any length of time knows I dabble in knitting, and I'm trying to get better.
And she's a very, very hesitant knitter.
I have to do baby steps, and this looks like baby steps I can do.
I mean, each step of the way, Kay has a video
Mhm.
where she tells you how to, shows you how to knit, shows you how to purl. Handbrake is very much designed for the beginning knitter.
And she has two. She has there's a option for the scarf, and then two cowls. This is the longer of the two cowls. One is a one loop cowl that Dan was modeling, and then there's the two loop, which is this one, the 220. And you can't really see how long it's actually going to be because it's all bunched up on the
I'm
needle.
waiting until Denise finishes hers because she's doing in fingering, and I have a yarn that I want to use for it that's a fingering weight yarn, but I want to see what Denise does first.
Well, I'm looking to see how this turns out, and if it's, I mean, this, I'm still in the garter stitch, which means I you know, I don't want to give anything away, but because just, can I say the border, what the border is? I mean,
That is garter?
the border is garter in the round, so
Yeah.
that means I have to knit one row, purl one row, and so that's not a problem for me. So I haven't done anything hard yet, but
like he said, it's all knits and pearls.
it's all knits and pearls, so it should be easy to fix, I hope. The only thing I worry about is being able to see it when it's all this bunched up. But I'm trying to pay a lot of attention. I'm enjoying it, and if I do enjoy it as much as I seem to be enjoying it, I can see me making more. And I also will be watching Denise to see what her fingering weight is, because I think it'll make a nice spring cowl. It would be very nice for that. If you don't knit and you want to support this, give it as a gift to somebody.
Yeah.
Pass it along for that, because it's a really, really good cause. And obviously, I'm not telling you have to do it.
You have to buy
but
it.
it's only a pound. It's only a pound.
I
So
can't remember what that
it's
translates to
I
in
think
American.
I think it's like $1.50 or something like that. It's negligible, the cost, and the more people who buy it, the more they're doing all the proceeds for this pattern to cancer research.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot. It's in my
It'd be funny if it went to Tilly
Yeah,
Trout's
yeah.
cancer
research place.
Yeah.
This is in my Ploverbird medium owl bag that Davina got me for Christmas this year, and that's the reason I saved it for last, because I wanted to show Talia that I did it all by myself.
Yeah, I'm very impressed.
I did it all by myself.
Because I did not know that she had started that. My last project is one that I started on a whim. I just really felt like working this project. This should be the podcast where I am doing way too much self-promotion, because in my Batman bag, I can't actually show it to you because it's not released until the 20th. I started another turtle because obviously that's what I needed to start, because I just finished a turtle.
We're going to have lots of critters in the house.
Although this one's not staying with me. This one, I can't keep all the turtles. This is another one for the booth. And I need to get like a big box because the turtles don't fit in the box that I currently have.
Was that one a worsted weight?
This is the baby bee.
Oh, baby, okay.
But you saw how big my
Right,
undead yarn
Yeah.
ants.
Yeah. This is what? Ew. We have sugar ants. You know, we get them with it's not because we have food all over the house, not because it's dirty, it's just, it's rainy and we get sugar ants, and it drives me crazy.
I think they're running from the rain.
Yeah.
But anyway, you saw how big my undead turtle is. So this one is probably going to be close to that size, I would think.
Yeah. Because that's about what mine's coming. Mine's going to be a little bigger than yours.
And mine has a camo shell. So he's GI Turtle. And it's my Timmy the Turtle pattern that will be released April 20th.
I laugh. Sue, she made me smile with her Timothy the Turtle. I love it.
Well, she called him Timothy, and then in the thread, she called him Timmy.
Yeah, I thought it made me smile because it gave him such a dignified.
Yes.
Okay, that's Family Diva. I just thought it was so cute, and then she called him Timothy later, or Timmy later. But it was cute because I never thought of him as Timothy, and it gave him such an air of dignity.
Well, the first time she referred to him as Timothy, I was like, Timothy? Who's Timothy? Oh, you mean Timmy!
But he was very pleased. I mean, his whole little self just, you know. And hers is really cute. You
It
should
is
see
really cute.
It's really cute. We appreciate her doing that. It's
Thank you very much.
awesome.
Oh,
and if you hear the
any
door, my husband might be home.
Yeah. Any of the other,
He shouldn't be home
no,
yet.
he shouldn't be home yet. It's only 3. It's probably just the rain.
Yeah.
I know I have yet to hear. I've heard a little bit from my 3 other testers who haven't finished. If I could give an update, that'd be great. I won't call you out by name on the podcast. I'll, you know who you are.
The finger has been pointed. The finger
I'm
of
pointing
doom.
at you and you and you,
and
but
you and you
and
and
you
you.
will be tagged in the Timmy thread, or private message,
Something like that.
something like that. Just to sort of be like, hey, where are you guys at with it? Just so I know. I understand life happens. Especially the one person I know you have kids at home.
Mm-hmm.
And I know crochet was hurting. Is this my crochet hook?
I don't know.
It looks like it's.
I don't
it
use
must
that.
have.
I don't use that hook.
It must have come from Timmy. Okay. So, yes, I will be pointing fingers at you later.
What? Hee hee.
You're giggling.
Hee hee.
What is your major malfunction?
Hee hee.
Okay then. That is all in the way of projects.
Yes, it is all the way in the way of projects. Okay.
A lot. For our wrist hurting, we've actually been working a lot. I think because what happens is we switch projects when our wrists start hurting.
Mm-hmm.
So we do a little bit on everything.
And also changes that we made. It was like we had to catch up for lost time. I don't think we'll have this many projects next week, but we'll see.
Also, I had severe case of startosis.
I did too. I wanted to start all the things, and I still want to start all the things. So I have no idea what you'll see next week.
Well, I know I pouted at your handbrake, so I was like, I've been thinking of starting one. And then
It
I
was
was
so
like,
funny because Allison was asking on the thread, who else is going to do it? I'm like, I can't say anything because, darn you, Allison, I can't say anything because I won't tell you to know yet. But I had
the other one I want to start is the Myrmidian case other pattern that she released around the
I
same
want
time.
to, but I'm not ready for that
No,
yet.
I would not start as a new knitter.
No,
it looks like it's a little more complex.
I think my next one is going to be the raspberry cordial that Tanya did.
Mm-hmm.
If I do another knitted one right away, but I have to finish that baby.
And you
one
might
bit.
want to do a couple handbrakes.
I might, because I think Grandpa would like one. I think Grandma would like one.
Mm-hmm. Grandpa would at least like the scarf. I don't know
Right.
if he would like the cowl.
Well, Dan said that the cowl was harder. I don't know if he meant that it was harder.
The
or
cowl is.
I mean, the scarf
Scarf.
was harder. I think Grandpa wouldn't mind a shorter,
Right.
shorter that looks like a scarf, but Grandma's would be a longer one.
Yeah.
But I have to finish the baby blanket, but I'm saving that for the next cowl because it's red. I'll be saving it for that one.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to start. There was one that GoJen had mentioned. I need to go look it up. And then there's a pattern that Packy Knits, I think it was Packy Knits, sent me a coupon code that I don't know how she finds these, but I get the benefits of it. I get happy about that. And a real pretty shawl that I want to start, and it's got a little more open lace work but it looks like lace work. It doesn't look like there's just holes. I don't like it when it just looks like there's holes. I know. Empty. Okay, so anyway, moving on. We have no FOs. Do you have an FO?
No.
Okay. We do have stash enhancements. We showed you the donations from
I
Denise.
showed you the tea.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we already did the teas. We already did the stash enhancements for the podcast. I picked up a Crassy class for beginning knitters. It was 1/3 off. I do not know if the sale is still going on. You might want to check. I also know that Crochet Me, which is part of Interweave Crochet, was having a sale, and of course Webs is having a sale right now. And let's see, the yarn, I got yarn. I wasn't planning on getting yarn because I wasn't going to get any more yarn. I have enough yarn. Never have enough yarn. Excuse me, this is for one of Taya's upcoming, and the colors. I don't think the colors will tell them anything.
No, I don't think so.
This. I keep losing my bag here.
I kept wanting to design it with green eyes. I don't know why. And I was like, I have brown eyes for it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to have brown eyes. And I kept going, I want to have green eyes.
Well, I think
I want to have green. No, it's still having brown eyes, but it's still yelling at me.
I think mine's going to have this color eyes, or maybe this color. I haven't decided. But
it keeps trying to tell me it wants green eyes.
These are the colors.
My toys talk to me.
Yes, they do. So these are the colors. You can just.
And I don't know why it wants to have green eyes.
You can just determine what you think it might be. This brown.
I mean, you know that animal does not have green eyes.
Yes.
And I don't know why he wants them.
This brown has lots of depth to it. This is the Heartland. Kenneth, I think it was you. You know how
Kenneth.
good this Heartland is. It's perfect, and I hope that it's going to be all right to work a pattern as a toy.
You need to talk to my toy and tell him he can't have green eyes.
It's your toy. He can have whatever color eyes he wants.
He can't have green eyes. He's not supposed to have green eyes.
So too.
That animal doesn't have green eyes.
Maybe you just haven't seen one that has green eyes.
He keeps telling me he wants them. I don't know why he wants them.
He wants them, Precious?
If he doesn't like it, if he doesn't look right, I might have to pull back and do the green eyes because that's what he wants.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't do blue eyes for that necessarily, but gray or green or brown.
He keeps telling me.
Or gold.
He keeps telling me he wants green eyes. I have no idea why.
I need to see. I wonder if I have any more of that gold that I had for my other pattern. That would look good for his eyes.
Yes, it would.
I have to see if I have. Because it's Heartland. Heartland had that gold that I did for my one of my cows that I made. So, okay, that's that moves into obsessions. Do you have any more
design news? You know about the 2 patterns in testing. Timmy is in testing and is to be released April 20th. Tilly is to be released May 15th, which is not only our podcast anniversary. I kept thinking it was 4 year, and it's not. It's 3 year anniversary. And it's 4 years since I've been on Ravelry, almost, at that point. And it's also Davina's birthday.
Right.
I'm trying to get her dog done by her birthday.
Right.
Because she really wants her dog. Not to mention, I usually like to finish my pattern, my second one, before the testing period is over. It was kind of touch and go, I felt, with the turtle. I wasn't sure if I'd finish him on time.
Now, I know that you guys have heard me say I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I've actually started charting a pattern. Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say one more thing. My patterns are now available in print form at a local shop called Gathered.
Our local craft store.
Yeah.
Kind of a craft store, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know how well they've sold yet, but they're available.
They're there. So that's cool. That's awesome.
It was a couple days before Easter, so Good Friday.
So I know you guys have heard me several times say, oh, I have this in my head, that in my head, and I do have it in my head. This time I actually charted out the repeat, so now I just have to finish out the logistics mathematically and see where I'm going with it and if it works. And
I have the section of the website set up for you.
Yeah, so we'll see if you see something in the next several weeks. I have a really hard time finding time where I can just sit, because usually if I have time where I can just sit, I need to do my writing. So it's very hard for me to do designing time. So I'll have to see.
Now, do you need me to? Do you think you can figure out, if you need to, the Ravelry shop, or did you want me to simply change my shop name and have it absorbed into mine, so you don't have to worry about the logistics?
I don't think you should change your shop name, because people are just starting to get to know what your toys and stuff are, and I don't want them to get confused.
Okay.
If you because mine is, I hope that I take off and do a lot more designing. I hope, but I don't want you to change the name of your shop and have me have a pattern up there.
Okay.
At this point, it doesn't make any sense.
Okay. I'll just have to show you how to do it.
Yeah.
It's not that not overly complex.
Right. So I'm hoping that I'll have something to show you if everything cooperates. But I have so many demands on my time right now, and with my husband working a different schedule now, I don't have as much time in the afternoons as I used to. So it's going to take me a lot longer than I thought to maybe get that done, because I'm trying to get a book done, and I only have so much time. I really need more time and less sleep or something. So
If only we did not need to sleep.
yes, eat and sleep and all that. I did do over 2,500 words to the shared story, and several critiques for my W Writers Village University group. I do apologize for the person. Somebody asked me if they could read some of my material, and I said I'd get back to them. I don't remember if it was Jennifer Ellison or if it was somebody else. I have a couple people who have asked, and I've said yes, I'd be happy to send it. I have to go back and see who you are. I have been under the weather for the last few weeks, and anything that was too much thinking or too much work, I just didn't want to do it. And
Are we going to talk about that a little bit?
I want to thank people in the who have offered prayers on the prayer request thread. I have had, some of you know that I've had issues with my throat, with swallowing, since before Thanksgiving, and I went through a battery of tests that ended just before Christmas, and everything was fine. I mean, they thought they had a spot on my lung, but it was clear, that was fine. Then this thing in my throat kept moving and doing whatever, and it's kind of settled in one place, and I'm still having trouble swallowing, and it seemed to be moving again. So I went in, and my practitioner signed me up for an ultrasound. They did the ultrasound, and they found they call them nodules. A nodule, a bigger one on the left, a slightly smaller one on the right, and then a smaller one in the center of the thyroid area. So needless to say, it's a little difficult for me to talk, it's a little difficult for me to eat sometimes, and to swallow and things like that. The weather affects it, my allergies affect it. So they have scheduled me for an appointment to see if I need a biopsy, and if, you know, what that might mean. I was hesitant to say anything on the podcast because I don't want to be an alarmist, but prayers would be appreciated if that's okay with you all. And I just would like to keep you updated, because I don't want to maybe be gone for a couple weeks or something and you wonder what happened. Hopefully it won't come to that.
Yeah.
But if I seem a little subdued, or if I'm softer than normal, it's because it's bothering me here. So yeah, and that's basically that.
It's just in a weird way, nice to know that it's not.
Yeah, it was getting to be at the point where no one said anything, at least not in my family or anything. It had been intimated here and there that, oh, maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's something in your head, you've got a lot on your plate, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, there is something there. I'm not a hypochondriac. I don't just make things up. And it was kind of vindicating to know that there was something there, even though it's a little nerve-wracking to know that there is something there.
Right.
So, yeah. So if you see your way clear, prayers would be appreciated.
Very much appreciated.
I don't want to scare anybody or have a bad note. So let's move on to something else.
Okay. I am still very much behind on Talismans of Shannara.
Yeah, I'm
You're
almost
finished. I'm on chapter 8.
finished. You really are behind.
I told you I was behind.
I thought you were further than that.
I told you exactly where I was at.
I know, but I thought you were further than that. You didn't say the number, you just said where you were at. I don't know what chapter numbers those are. But they aren't, I don't think there's a lot of chapters
No,
in there.
and the chapters are shorter.
Yeah, for the most part.
Part of the problem is that with this new schedule, with the weekends off, I do a little bit more with the family, and I don't get a whole lot of sleep on my time during my days off. So a lot of times it's hard for me to read before bed.
And I also read a lot at night because it helps me to get to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So that and my St. Francis de Sales book I read, and it helps me go to sleep. But you'll catch up.
Yeah.
I mean,
and also, there was a couple parts I didn't want to particularly read, so...
You know how you know what's going to happen because you read the book before, and you really want to go through that part, and you don't want to skip it because you know it's been a while, you don't want to miss anything. But
so you kind of start dragging your feet because you know it's not going to be a pleasant part for the characters.
Mm-hmm. And we like this character, so... But, yeah. Okay, anything else?
working on my tea journal with all the new teas, but you
Yeah.
know, mine's not nearly as pretty as Tanya's.
Oh, Tanya has a nice one.
I'm not a very good scrapbooker. I didn't just like, I'll keep notes. I'm very
Functional.
functional.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
Not a spare ounce of anything on you, right? It's something he said about him when he was making the fishing pole. It was early on.
You'll have to show me that part. I don't even remember writing that.
You did.
You see, because I don't actually write.
Shared story.
I don't
about
actually
that.
write the shared story. The characters write it through me, and
And
so
you
I don't
listen-
remember.
You don't listen to what they say.
No, why would I listen
Oh,
to them?
Yeah.
Especially CF.
Yeah, we'll see if it's.
I tune him out.
Well, Serena's like, you really should listen. You might learn something
from him?
Well, something.
How not to be stupid.
Well, at least you knew who the references were. Okay.
Well, it's kind of hard to miss Kobe's vocal tonations.
Yes. And Sia's very well. Yes.
Yes.
Anyway, we want to thank Bella Sox again for her donations, the new ones and the old ones. We're very happy to have them, and we want to thank Maria Wilhelmina for her continued donations. We're getting close, I think, to the end of those. It lasted us several.
Oh my gosh!
Several, awesome. Hers and Bella Sox.
Yes.
And we want to thank Denise for her donations, and Heidi, and there are just too many people. I thanked them already at the beginning, so I won't go through again. We want to thank Tilly Trout, Nicole B., Sharon Keller, Jennifer Elson, Sissy Knitting and Crochet for their YouTube comments. We appreciate those as well. Thank you very much.
And Jennifer Elson, isn't she naughty?
Well, that's what I was saying, and you said no.
But that's not her name on Ravelry.
Oh, I don't know. It might. I think you're right though, because she's the one who had the cupcake.
Yes.
Thing. Yeah. Okay, that's her. Yeah. We really appreciate the comments. It's fun. I smile when I read the comments. They make me happy. So we thank you for watching, and we thank you for participating in the thread.
This thing's really good.
Yes, it is. I was getting hot. We thank you for participating, and we thank you for all the comments and the chatter, which we love, and for all the support.
I'm way behind. I just don't have the energy all the time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys.
We are.
I keep up as I can.
We are doing the best we can. Some of you who have things that are 2 months behind in my thread, I haven't forgotten. It's just between the thread itself and the PMs. I have some that are very long, and I like to give them some thought. So sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm really sorry, XYZ. I'm a bad podcaster, but I need to just take a little time, and some of the stuff is not pertinent anymore. But I have really good intentions, and I will get back to you if I can. I do the best I can. Sometimes if it's really far and I've been in contact with you for other things, that particular one might drop off because I've had contact afterward.
Yeah.
But I don't intend to miss anybody. I get behind.
Yeah, we are managing it ourselves. We don't have any moderators. Besides us, it's kind of how we want it.
Yeah.
But it does mean that we get behind.
Yeah, and that's more for the PMs than for the group. But don't stop sending TMs. We like to read them, and we do answer them. It's just sometimes some of the longer ones, keep in mind that it might take us a little while to get back to.
And so certain ones have to have precedence for me. Like I will, if you have a direct question, I do try to get to you right away.
Right. If you've asked a question, if you have something that needs immediate attention,
generally if you have a question about a pattern, that gets,
or if you have a concern
up
or
to,
something like that, we will get right to it. And the shorter ones, like I tend to welcome people who come into the group right away, and then the rest as quickly as I can. Serena's oops. So I do apologize for being so far behind. I will try to catch up. I need more hours in my day. Okay. Yeah. So
I probably waste those hours too.
Yeah. we do want to wish you all a very blessed and happy week, full of knitting, crocheting, and anything that makes you happy. Keep in mind that the podcast will be over. We will do it every week, but we don't know what days until Taya's schedule sets a little bit more. It'll probably be somewhere between Sunday and Tuesday normally until her schedule settles, but we have no intention of skipping any weeks.
And again, guys, this is Bakery Bears Length podcast. I'm looking at the time and
no out and abouts or anything. We do apologize. We had lots of whips.
a lot of whips.
A lot of whips. Whip it good. Whip it good. Okay, on that note, we should say goodbye so that you come back again and actually have time in between watching and the next one. So this is, do you say anything else? This is Pen, Hook, and Needles episode 150, and that's a wrap.